Today's subject is unusual phenomenon, last moment of the life. Sometimes, we discuss about, my patient or friend, then about, last moment of the life, that the patient who was unconscious, for a long time in the bed, then suddenly, get lots of energy and asking something to drink or something to eat, and then many people say, "Oh my God! Finally, my mom or my dad, finally, are conscious and get a lot of energy. Oh, maybe recover. They are very happy about this one. However, those one is not for recovery. Those one is a moment of a last moment. The way I explain is that, here is a candle. Then, candle is, burning a little by little. And the last moment, then the candle like this and make it very bright inside. Then distinguish right away. That is the same phenomenon may happen on last moment of life. So when I mentioned this, oh yeah, that happened to my brother, or oh yeah, that happened to my mom, However, many people, who confronted this kind of a thing understand this one, but they, they misunderstood. They expect, recovery, what happened, but that's the last moment of the life. And some people said that on dementia cases, and about the 10% of cases that they recover from the dementia. And however, that when I talked with other people, it happened to many people. And even though when I ask people who work on the nursing home, and somebody recovery, that person may die 2-3 days, and they die. Now, after that kind of just looks like looks good. However, that is a sign of last moment, and most of cases 2 or 3 days later they pass, and on special case 10 days later they pass. So this kind of a thing is in the Orient, that when sun down to the west, then suddenly a little bright sometimes happen, then become dark right away. So many people observe those kind of a thing. And if you do not understand this one, then you have not watched carefully. Okay. Now, when this thing happen, then many people ask a patient, "Can you recognize me? Can you recognize me?" No, that's not wrong. That's not a good question. You tell him or her, "I am your first daughter, Mary." Then do not, waste the patient energy to recognize you. That's not important. And the important thing is that you just tell the patient, "I am who." Then patient usually spend less energy to talk something important. If you do not understand, then you are going to miss a lot of things, okay? So do not ask can you recognize me? Instead, you have to tell, I am your son, Tommy, okay? Then, if you have a word, anything to say, I love you, I appreciate you, and I was happy as your son, and you are great father, you're great mom. You must tell that short period everything you want to say to the person. Don't waste your time. That's the last moment, okay? If you understand this kind of concept, with my experience, my mom said, oh, wait a second, I have, it's easy to climb up to bed. Then, oh, there's something unusual thing happened. She was able to do a lot of function, but she said, oh, it's easy to climb up to the bed. So I gave her long massage to her. I gave acupuncture treatment. Then she could be able to live more than 3 months. So, however, that this kind of phenomenon does not happen to every time. It is just about 10%. But if you know about this, now you must think what's the best way and use that time, valuable time, preciously. Okay? Thank you so much for your watching.